And it's an emergency live for the Conversation Project. Of course, Jake can play here for you on the first game one of what should be a best of six, as the Pacers should take it in a full six. Basketball starting off tonight. So hockey started, basketball started. So we're getting ready for, he got his Nationals cap on, the full summer slog of watching baseball all summer. It's Big O from In the Black Podcast, was In the Black himself. Good evening, sir. Thank you for having pity on me and let me get this out of my system, because I don't think I can wait till tomorrow morning to deal with this.
No, I actually appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to have me on, to be honest with you.
So, of course, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers finally signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and how that's no, we're not talking about that. We should have a night to talk about that, but unfortunately, we have all day to watch 12-year-old Donald Trump and 12-year-old Elon Musk have text fights all night, going back and forth, because the breakup is officially done. The bromance is over, and I think the market is going to crash and Armageddon is going to happen, or something. I'm not sure, but today so I guess the president spoke with the chancellor of Germany around noon Eastern time. Is that when they had that conference?
Yes, sir.
And as that started, of course, Musk has been talking for a couple of days about the big, beautiful bill is terrible. Someone asked Trump about it. Trump said some things, and Musk decided to live tweet this situation all day long. So, Mr. O, I'll let you open with the festivities. What the hell's going on with this thing?
This has been, if folks have been following the news, people will understand that this has been something that's been brewing in the background for some time. Outside of the albatross that Elon Musk has become or had become around the Republican Party's neck after trying to after trying to influence the elections, a judicial election in Wisconsin, and that going awry, and countless other things besides the Doge fiasco and all these other things. There had been rumblings that Trump and his cabinet had been souring on Musk, and I think this is it all coming to a head. The picture that you've chosen is actually a very apt one, to be honest with you. That was one of the culminating milestones of how things have erupted as of recently. That picture, supposedly, allegedly, at least according to the godfather of MAGA, Steve Bannon.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, that shiner that Musk has was actually courtesy of Scott Bessent, who is the current Treasury Secretary.
So it wasn't X being fussy in the background.
No, it wasn't Little Nas X, his son, hitting him in the face. No, that's not. At least according to Steve Bannon, who gave his direct report of what he's been told to the Daily Mail, saying that apparently Scott Bessent and Elon Musk got into a fight, an argument. And essentially, Scott Bessent said, the reason why we're in the position that we're in right now, that we're struggling, is because you failed to deliver on Doge. You told us that we were going to be able to cut $2.5 trillion from the budget, and you didn't do jack shit. To which Elon pushed him, and Scott Bessent, 62-year-old Scott Bessent for that matter, hauled off and punched Elon Musk, and there we have it.
So Doge was supposed to cut $2.5 trillion. That's what he promised. Him and Vivek. And then Vivek was like, you know what? I think I'm running for governor. I think I'm out of this thing. You guys deal with this on your own. I'll see you guys in 2 years when that election comes up. Right. So it left Elon Musk to run shot, with the chainsaw, just do whatever he wanted to, bring his boys in and just run like a bunch of college frat boys doing what they're going to do. And $2 trillion from the budget, when they weren't supposed to touch the entitlements, no Medicare, no Medicaid, and nobody can touch the military budget where all the money is.
Where all of the boat is.
So he just starts firing people. I know that means something to you because you work in the DC area. So he just starts firing random people, then finding out,
I'm also a contractor for the federal government. So it means it's closer to home than many people can understand, to be honest.
And then realize they fire people that do things that are important, so they have to hire them back. And then offer up a bunch of money before it's collected, because taxes, they can't collect taxes. So they give money to people to go away, and it may not happen. As crazy as it sounds, getting people in rifts, I've been through those in the government when I was in the military. You chop people down. It works that way.
Yeah.
But essentially, thinking you can fire $2.5 trillion worth of money was ridiculous. The short answer is why, other than Musk has a lot of money. Musk has a lot of people that follow him, and Musk brought a lot of people into the campaign for this election cycle. What was the actual real thing you think we get from a Doge or a Musk in his campaign, other than, like I said, the money and some people, some followers?
Let's be 100% honest with your viewers, with your listeners. This is a man attempting to get his return on investment. If you're going to give me $350 million, more than $250 million, to allow me to get into your home and make 3 to 4 times that in government contracts, I would be upset too. Once again, one of the stories that we're hearing is that this spat between Bassett and Musk, Trump was there watching, smiling, and laughing the entire time as Elon is getting wailed on. I have a friend of mine who said something earlier today, because we were laughing about this whole spat going back and forth as these guys look like 12-year-olds. And he said he believes that Trump doesn't have any friends. Trump has people that he uses to take advantage of things. And I think that that's 100% true. And I think that Elon was sucked into the belief that because of the money that he gave, and let's not get it twisted, Elon is still benefiting from this relationship. Let's make that abundantly clear. But he thought that he was probably Trump's friend, equal, or had more leverage than what he actually had. And he's come to find out, unfortunately, that that's not the case. Not the case even in a little bit. One of the things that recently happened also in this big, beautiful bill, the Republicans have removed the EV credit from the big, beautiful bill, which is one of the backbones for Elon Musk Tesla and how he's been making his millions and millions and millions of dollars. That's one. The second part of that is John Isaacman. He was pushing very hard for John Isaacman, another billionaire, to be the head of NASA. And Trump and his cohort shot that down. John Isaacman actually just recently came out and said that he believes that his being removed from consideration for the position is Trump's attack or way to get back at Elon. Why would Elon be mad about this, though? Let's ask ourselves this. This is Elon's man. Elon's man would then be in NASA and then allow Elon open opportunity to get more contracts for SpaceX and all of those other things. So I can understand why Elon would be mad. I thought we had a game plan, Trump. I thought we had an understanding, and now you've not only thrown me to the wayside, you're like ripping up the roadmap that we put together before January 20th.
But with all the unqualified people Trump has put in positions, this is just another one. Only Musk benefits directly from this person going forward, which isn't much different from Trump launching a meme coin 3 days before he was elected, and then bringing people in who pay money to it to just hang out with him on his personal time to just to make money off that. So Trump, obviously, the family's doing that one. But here's something that does bother me a bit. It's because we're on the outside. It's like a soap opera. You watch it from the outside, you can see what's happening, you see all the characters, but people in the movie don't really understand what's happening. How come a man supposedly as smart as Elon Musk didn't see this happen to everybody who's worked for Trump in the past, and are still Steve Bannon still wants to be in the fold, and he's acting like he's in the fold, but he got shot aside to himself. Michael Cohen may be the only person who's being honest about what's going on, but he's also profiting from the honesty of what happened to him.
True.
We all saw this coming. Why did Musk not see it coming this way? Or is the actuality is we didn't see it being this bad when it was going to happen? Is that the case? They knew they're going to break up. They didn't realize it was going to be at the prom and everyone's going to watch them while everybody's seeing.
And they were going to pour a bucket of pig's blood on top of it. No, honestly, I think that Elon didn't see this coming. When you are the richest man on the planet earth, how could you expect something like this to happen to you? Once again, when you've given somebody over $250 million, how can you expect something like this to happen to you? Let's keep it honest. I don't know too many times where we've seen people with money and money being associated with power fall so short in an estimation, because you think that money, that power, that clout would give you some level of cachet, some level of gravitas to keep you separate from everyone else. But once again, Trump doesn't have friends. He just has people that he's able to use in the time and in the moment.
If everyone's transactional and the transaction is over, when it's done, you're done with them, and it's what you could take away with it. And it's been seen a lot of places. We'll see what happens, assuming Trump. I'm not trying to be morbid. Gets through the full 4 years here, and doesn't try to add another 2 years to that, because who knows how that's going to work, and who actually takes over from for the party and goes forward, whether it's its son, whether it's his other son Vance, or whether it's his Mexican son now as well, whichever one he chooses to go forward. Mexican Cuban son, I'm sorry, he's Cuban.
Marco Rubio.
Yeah, he's not Mexican, he's Cuban. Make sure you get that straight. And whoever goes forward with that one, because it makes a difference, because he's going to keep making money, because he's going to be the head of the party. He's going to be the person running the show. He'll just pick whoever to do it to not mess it up. I promise you a short time, so we're going to wrap it up on this one. It's really goes.
I want to ask you before because given that we're going to jump into basketball, and we're going to cut away from this and start watching basketball, I got to ask you the $1 million question: over or under on Elon Musk being deported? I think Donald Trump. I think that Donald Trump has Marco Rubio's number on speed dial right now, ready to send him back to South Africa because of all these.
Well, he's got South Africa, Canada, and United States citizens. He's got 3 places to go to, because he has. Because the thing with the Canada thing was he apparently has Canadian citizenship through his mother or something. So he actually has citizenship. So there was a petition. It was a small thing we had talked about to kill that citizenship, because he makes money off of Canada when he was pushing for 51st state. He can't deport. Well, he can do anything he wants to in theory, but the one thing he can't really do is get rid of them. They're gonna find some way to kiss and make up, because they're going to want he's going to want Musk's money for something. So they're going to
think so.
They're going to have to. I mean, this ain't going to go for a while, because Musk is petty and Trump is petty, and was go back and forth. But there'll be some way to squash it. Musk is not going to disable the Dragon rockets. They're not going to stop sending things up to space, and Trump's going to allow him to keep all these clause that are already in there. So it's going to there. So they cannot deport him. I mean, are they going to send the other 59 guys back with him? I guess that's what's going to happen.
I honestly believe that this is going to fester, or I mean, I say fester, it's going to linger until the midterms. After the results of the midterms, then you're going to find them trying to find their way to doing some sort of kumbaya moment, possibly. But I think it's going to be a while before the band gets back together.
With Tesla, the Tesla board thinking really seriously about getting rid of Musk being in charge right now, because of, and it's technically they're not doing so bad, but there's so many distractions out there that he is there, and they're not sure he's going.
True.
So many things going back and forth. They will have to, midterms will come and find something. They will find a way to get back in good graces, because Musk is obviously not a Democrat. I think somebody said maybe he should fund the third. Because he brought up, hey, should there be a third party, and he should fund the Forward Party for Andrew Yang. That thing that's never going to take off.
Jesus.
So going that forward, but it's one of those things that my belief is Musk believed he believed he was co-president. He thought he had enough money. He obviously could not run for president because he's South African born, but he had it in with the egomaniac like Trump, who wanted his money so badly and his influence so badly. He would be nicer. He capitulated to a point with Musk and let things go to a point while it was funny, I guess, while he was Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley. But then the show got canceled and Squiggy wasn't funny anymore. So he had to change up his character going forward. It's one of those things. It fits for a while, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what exactly was the break, other than I guess he was running out of time and only getting like 150 billion, and only maybe 50 of that is actually valid or something like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
And
If that.
if that is was the deal. I don't know why I thought 2.5 trillion in 130 days was going to happen. I don't know where
I don't know that. I don't know how they got to that number either. But I will say, for the record, watching these two men go back and forth like an episode of Mean Girls. And please, I cannot confirm or deny that I've watched an episode of Mean Girls, but going back and forth like an episode of
Trust me, I've got I live with nothing but women. It's nothing but all that stuff all the time.
Yes. We will not mark our women that way. But in any event, so watching these two go back and forth this way has warmed the coldest and deepest parts of my dark heart. And I am here to continue to watch it happen. So
I could not believe when I first came on your show 12 years ago, whenever this thing started, I was like, there's no way those people in Washington will let this guy screw it up so badly. And they just fell in line instantly. It made no sense. Yeah. I don't understand it, but they continue to do that. I guess the reason why people, I'll say like us, see this where people will vote against and do against their own best interest because it's inspired to be like that person, is just amazing. They think they could be a billionaire one day, so this is how they act, so let's do it. And it's like, you're not going to be a billionaire, and now you're a terrible person as well.
Well, not even just that. I think, honestly, we were talking about this before we started rolling. I think that there are so many people in this country that feel forgotten, disenfranchised, and so desperate that they're willing to take a shot in the dark to try and get some form of relief. And here we are. I mean, desperation makes us do a lot of crazy things. And I can't, as much as I want to blame people for doing it, I've been desperate before in my life too. And I know the extents that I've thought about going to make sure that things stay on track. So
I never thought in my lifetime, although you watch enough history, you read enough history, understand how we've had bad presidents and bad people in charge. I never thought in my lifetime we'd be having like a Italy moment where we looking at, how we get rid of this guy, although he's a TV guy and he's doing all these things. And he's a convicted felon. He actually is a convicted felon, and a convicted, you can't say rapist, sexual assault.
Yes, sexual assaulter.
Yes. Sexual assaulter, and he's trying to add trillions of dollars to the to our deficit by saying, "Oh, we'll fix it out." And of course, I guess eggs prices went down, so you fix eggs, but everything else is still bad. The eggs are fixed. Mr. O, thank you so much for bringing time with me and delaying your start to the basketball watch. Tell me and tell my folks out there, my poor, sorry, slow, low number count folks on YouTube, about your podcast, your boys, and I'm going to bring up that book real quick. But tell them about your boys. Tell us about In the Black. Tell us about what you guys talk about and how to find you.
No problem. Once again, I got to thank you for allowing me the space to come and get this off of my chest as well. My name is Big O, Mr. In the Black himself. You can find me on the incredible In the Black podcast, myself, Big L, and Crush. We are a podcast dedicated to covering the current events and social issues going on in your Black space, and covering it all from the perspective of three grown men who like to get into a little bit of good trouble. You can find us across social media at In the Black PDCST on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, all of those spaces. You can find us on YouTube as well. And if you're so inclined to get some behind the scenes content that we don't want Trump and his cohort to see, you can join us out on our Patreon as well.
Keeping it simple. So so at some point in time we will need to talk about that book, because we finished it. I had discussion with the wife on it, and there are reasons why she wants to read more books together and we don't. So and she will don't do that. You're not going to get me in trouble.
She
will see this and she will kill me for this. But yeah, that's
what I'm saying. You're trying to get me associated with your problem and your shenanigans. Don't do that.
But no, it was an interesting read, and we'll talk about that. And hopefully, I can join you guys and discuss that one and more suggestions like that one, because that was it made me think. But my audience who wants more Justin Baldoni and Taylor Swift, they don't need to be in that discussion at all.
Understood.
We don't go there. Thank you so much. Pacers in 6. Man, I hate seeing that. Pacers in 6. We will see you guys on the other side, and of course, I will see you on your podcast out there in the internets as well.
Yes, sir. Peace. Thank you, guys.